What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I've been gone for like 2 weeks, but it feels like I've been gone for a month. Some of you guys probably don't even know I was gone. Some of you may have. I just had some personal things I was dealing with, and I got those dealt with, so now I'm back on the channel trying to give you guys a weekly upload. I try to upload every Wednesday at 6 p.m. If anyone has, gathered that pattern, that's what I try to go for. I have missed the past 2 weeks, and I was just sick for 2 weeks. You might still be able to hear it in my voice a little bit. It was not fun. A lot of coughing, a lot of throat sore, a lot of not having any voice. But I had that going on, and then I went on vacation with 2 friends. We went out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and hung out there. I was sick during that time as well, which that part kind of sucked, but overall we had a good vacation. And then I moved. I finally moved. I did end up borrowing my friend's 8x24 foot long enclosed trailer, as you see right here. But I did not make a video about it and the Tecumseh Prodigy P3 brake controller, just because the install video of the brake controller did not do very well at all. It currently sits about 300 views for being up for almost 2 months. Not a whole lot of popularity with that, as I could get 300 views in an hour on a normal upload. If anyone is actually interested in me hooking up a trailer and showing you the features of the Tecumseh Prodigy P3, let me know. I'm sure I could borrow the trailer again and actually do that. But just guessing on activity on the install, it didn't do so well, so I figured I didn't want to waste your time with another video like that. But overall, Chevy did pretty good again. Even with that big of a trailer now, there was a lot of drag. And my first load, it was a little heavy on the tongue weight, which made it a little bit miserable. But then my second load of stuff, it was balanced out really nicely, and the truck pulled the trailer really well. But trailer being so big, truck being kind of small, when there was a big gust of wind or anything like that going down the highway at 60, 65, 70, oh, you felt it. You felt it a lot. But overall, truck did pretty well with such a big trailer. I probably don't want one personally. It's a little big for my tastes, but it did well. Thank you, TJ, for letting me use your trailer. But guys, the whole purpose of this video, when you read the title and see the thumbnail, I rented a 2018 Chevy Silverado on vacation. We left Las Vegas and we drove out to the Grand Canyon and back, roughly a 600-mile scoot. I didn't rent the truck on purpose. I actually rented a full-size car, but when we went to pick the car up, they said, sir, we don't have any cars available. All we have is a pickup truck. And I was like, well, what kind of pickup truck? Because 3 grown men, especially one that's 6'7" tall, we're not gonna fit in a Colorado or a Tacoma very well. And she said, it's a Silverado. And I said, all right, let's go. So anyways, we got to the Silverado. It is this thing. It's the spitting image of my truck right here. It is a 2018 white Chevy Silverado, double cab, standard bed, but it is an LT trim and it is 2-wheel drive. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I thought a lot of the differences and similarities are interesting, and I'm hoping maybe some of you guys would as well. It is slightly a different truck, but it had noticeably some things that were exactly the same, some things were a little different, and I'm going to kind of go through those real quick and tell you what I did like and what I did not like about said truck versus my own. Now, first thing I want to go over is the appearance, just because that's the easiest thing to touch on. The exterior wise, it's the same truck, except the LTZ had a little bit more chrome than I have. I have like body color mirrors and body color door handles. It had chrome door handles and chrome mirrors. I also have like the black window trim here along the side. It had chrome window trim along the side, and then like the front grille itself. The front grille, like mine is chrome, but I still have like the black slats on the inside. It was all chrome, so it was like chromed out. But it did have like the same stock 18s that my truck came with and all that fun stuff. It just didn't have like an all-terrain tire like my truck came with. It had like more of a highway tire because it was a 2-wheel drive truck. Also, which was really weird, the key fob itself had like chrome trim around it, and I don't like that at all. So I'm really glad I don't have like a chromed out key fob, because that was pretty tacky in my opinion. Then the interior, this was a cheap LTZ model. And I say cheap LTZ model, and I don't have an LTZ, I have an LT, but it was more like an LT than it was an LTZ, because like my brother-in-law has an LTZ and it's loaded. Sunroof, heated steering wheel, cooled seats, like Bose sound system, all that. This LTZ Had the same sound system I have. It was not a Bose sound system. It had heated seats just as mine does, but it did have leather, and so that was really nice that it was leathered out, and the passenger seat was also push button, all that fun stuff, because mine's not. My driver's side's electronic, my passenger side isn't, which is kind of lame. I liked the auto dimming rear view mirror, which I think all vehicles should have in 2018. Mine's still like the manual kind. And then another thing I really liked was the turn signals on the side mirrors. And that just makes me want to go get my towing mirrors even more, because when I do towing mirrors here in the near future, I'm going to be wiring my door harnesses to allow the turn signal lights and daytime running lights and all that fun stuff. So that was kind of cool in that sense. The truck had the rear sliding glass window push button, which was kind of neat, but it didn't have like a lot of the features that some of the other LTZs have. So like lane departure assist, it didn't have like the telescopic pedals and stuff like that, but overall it was pretty neat to kind of drive. But to my surprise, it did have a locking rear differential. I was under the impression that all two-wheel drive trucks were open diff, but I ripped a couple burnouts and they both spun and kicked me sideways, so that was pretty neat to kind of find that out. It's weird. I don't know if it has something to do with not being four-wheel drive or anything, but the transmissions felt so much smoother. It honestly did. It was really smooth. Transmission-wise, a lot smoother than what I have here in my four-wheel drive Silverado. On a normal day, normal driving, nothing crazy. My transmission runs in like the high 180s, low 190s. Occasionally it'll hit like 196, 198 or something like that. And that's just everyday driving, highway driving especially, like right now. But that two-wheel drive Silverado, for some reason, the transmission ran much cooler than what my four-wheel drive Silverado does. I mean, I don't think I ever seen it over like 175 degrees. It stayed around the 160s and 170s the entire time. So I don't know if that has something to do with being two-wheel drive, you know, maybe less stress on the transmission. I don't know. I don't know what it was. If any of you two-wheel drive guys can answer that, let me know. And then obviously fuel mileage was like crazy. Now, this was out in the desert, so it was a lot more flat. My best 50 was like 29 miles per gallon or something like that. I have the screenshot right here. But overall, for the entire almost 600-mile trip, we averaged just about 25 miles per gallon, which was pretty nice. Nice to have in such a, you know, in like a full-size truck. It was neat. But overall, it did feel weird driving, and it felt really low to the ground. You know, it could be because it was two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. I know they sit a little bit lower, but also like in general, the way it rode, because I am on the 20x12s and 33s with like an aggressive tire, so you could hear it, you could feel it. And that truck was like, you know, smooth sailing, real nice and quiet, really easy to handle as well. I have to say, I think this does have something to do with being two-wheel drive. The truck did not ride that great at all. Now, it shifted smoothly. Transmission was like, it was right there. But the actual ride quality of the truck, I don't think it was that good. I think maybe the four-wheel drive trucks do ride a little bit better. I don't know if it's because it's maybe a little bit beefier suspension underneath or what, but like Pennsylvania roads here, when I drive in every day, they're pretty rough. PA roads are not very forgiving at all. The roads out west, they were much smoother than what we have here, but the truck did, you know, I don't feel like it handled bumps and stuff as well as like my truck here does in PA. It was interesting. And last thing that I can think of right now, at least, is you know, the driving experience in general. I'm sure this has something to do with, you know, the gears this thing has. It has the same 6-speed transmission that my truck has, but I'm like cruising down along the road. Next thing I know, I look down, I'm doing 85 miles per hour. And like now, like I drive down the road here in my truck here, I look down, I'm doing like 50. It must have something to do with the gearing of the rear end of that truck. I'm sure they're geared much more towards highway, being a two-wheel drive truck than four-wheel drive. But that thing cruised, and it cruised really well. It's 70, 75, 80. It had no troubles whatsoever. Like this truck here, I'm doing 65 right now. It's gonna need to downshift because I'm getting, boom, it just downshifted right there, went down to 60 miles per hour. It does not keep up with you know, highway speeds as well as the rental Silverado did. So I don't know. I just feel like all this information was kind of interesting. It was interesting to me driving it since I drive one now. And you know, I hope you guys feel like that as well. Also, I'm at 8,500 miles. That truck had like 6,000, so it was pretty new itself. So, you know, it wasn't beat up too much or anything like that. But so I don't know. For right now, me driving, that's all I can think of. thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We are on our way to reach 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait. When I do hit 1,000, I do want to hold like a Q&A and do like, you know, maybe like a 1,000 subscriber burnout or some shit like that, roast some tires off. But I'm going to try to put something together, so I want it to be like a different video, maybe something a little bit more personal, say thank you. And I'm thinking like a Q&A. I'm thinking a Q&A would be pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think about that. And I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I'm sure this video is going up way after Thanksgiving. Yes, it is. And I hope I can get back to my normal Wednesday upload. Thank you guys for all the support. I love you, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.